The atmosphere is unmistakably French. Here in the world's second largest French-speaking city, there's a true Parisian flavor when croissants and coffee are served up in pavement cafes. Who in fact would believe that the Champs-Élysées and the Eiffel Tower are an ocean away. You could be fooled by the street signs. In a city of 3 million people, the language, cultures and traditions of France are cherished with fervent patriotism. Yet this is the heart of an English-speaking subcontinent, a bastion of the British Commonwealth. Look around for some kind of English influence in this throbbing city, and what do you discover? American-style skyscrapers. America, France and Britain have influenced the growth of Montreal, capital of Canada's Quebec province. In 300 years, it has grown from a tiny trading post to a throbbing industrial center, where the skyline changes almost daily and the wide express roads are called boulevards. Suddenly, though, Montreal and Canada have found an identity and reputation that owes nothing to the past. A billion-dollar spectacle to celebrate the country's centenary of Confederation. Expo 67, the greatest show on earth. On a man-made site in the middle of the St. Lawrence River, an estimated 50 million will have visited the largest World Fair ever. Ironically, the British and French have neighboring pavilions. But political differences need not concern those who can travel from Russia to Ontario in one breathtaking mini rail ride. Britain's windowless structure, designed by Sir Basil Spence, is a 5-chapter journey through one story, the challenge of change. Mario Armengol's towering figures symbolize the dominance of man as visitors move through the shadowy hall and listen to a commentary on Britain's role in the modern world. Symbolism and reality. So Carnaby Street has its place in Britain's story. So too has the Concord project, the Olympus jet engine designed to power the world's first supersonic airliner, is one more chapter in the challenge of change. Even James Bond gets in on the act, a larger-than-life character, and who can deny his place in the chapter on books? It's all part of James Gardner's conception of Britain today. Theatrical sets and lifelike papier-mâché figures amusingly portray present-day way of life. Yet Britain is only one of 62 nations in the Expo shop window. A short mini ride can cover an ocean of ideas and imagination and take you to Canada's huge pavilion. The Katimavik, a giant inverted pyramid, houses the exhibits to illustrate the general theme, man and his world. Ethiopia, with its tent-like structure, transported across 3 continents to stand proudly here in the middle of the St. Lawrence River. And the stylized forest, which forms the Canadian Pulp and Paper Pavilion, reaches as high as an 8-story building. Here's the whole world in colorful miniature. All the pavilions have exciting differences, but over them all there's exciting oneness, a common denominator that is human and welcoming. At Expo, you can travel the world in 1,000 acres. From Ceylon, it's a short walk to Burma. And there you can sit down and take tea while contemplating a trip to Thailand, just across the canal. The ornate beauty of the Thai pavilion contrasts sharply with the ideas which architects are working on for the future. Will we all be living in places like Habitat, where precast concrete blocks appear to balance crazily, just to make sure everyone has a room with a view? In the vastness of it all, the giants face each other. The Russian pavilion, built eventually to become a university in Moscow, is across the river from the Dome of America that sits astride the mini-rail track. Stop off inside this transparent bubble and a whole catalogue of space machinery and achievement fills the upper galleries. Even the Gemini space capsule, charred and scorched from a hazardous 14-day trip, is dwarfed by the collection of strange machinery designed to carry the first American spacemen to the moon. Outer space is a frontier of tomorrow, and the mini-rail must continue to glide its way around Expo's 1,000-acre world of today. There's no driver to put the brake on either. The complete system is electronically controlled. But if Expo is a shop window of achievement, there are some who still enjoy all the fun of the fair. That old cow-catching loco may be a reminder of Canada's pioneering past. But who cares? The La Ronde amusement area is proof enough that everyone from 8 to 80 can log roll their way into the Expo spirit. La Ronde boasts thrills, thrills and spectacle, and no one's going to argue with that when the lumberjacks take the stage. They've each got 110 feet to climb on their two legs to ring the bell. Well, there are easier ways of getting a sky-high view of Expo, and La Spiral is one of them. It's a Swiss invention, and from the top, the whole sprawling pattern of Expo unfolds. After 6 months, Expo will be at the mercy of the demolition squads, but not La Ronde. All the fun of the fair is international and everlasting.